the idea originally just was, I guess, bubbling away in my mind just due to circumstances in my life, having young children and older parents. I had an initial discussion with my brother David about the topic of dementia. We had worked together before in 2006 on a work called Headlock, which was about a young man in detention, and we were looking for a project to work with together collaboratively. And I had read some literature about dementia, but I didn't have any personal connection directly to the topic, and I approached Alzheimer's Australia about the possibility of meeting some people with dementia, and they put me in touch with a group of about 6 people who were caring for a loved one with dementia.
I went, oh, how interesting, because at that stage I hadn't heard what it was about, the subject matter, but I had seen Cage's work, I'd seen Headlock, and I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. And I mean, it was very interesting because our mother had Alzheimer's, and towards the end of her life, and that actually was a very powerful reason for being involved. Talking to Kate, it was just absolutely obvious that the piece was going to respect the people for whom it's an absolute reality.
Sundowner syndrome is a diagnosable syndrome, and it seems to occur in people with dementia. But for me, my always experience with the word sundowner was a term that my father used growing up in South Africa for a drink at the end of the day. Like, we would have a sundowner. And I think one of the driving messages that we keep referring to, that we learned from this advisory group of people who were caring for a loved one, this group of people who were right in the thick of it really wanted us to make the show not one-dimensional and not all doom and gloom, and that they really wanted to express that, and for other people not touched by the disease to try and conceive of the possibility that dementia is a change in a person rather than a loss of a person. And I think hopefully that's why the show has had great resonance with people, because it has an essence of hopefulness and lightness, and of, even though the truths of the work are dark, that the message of the way people have coped with the disease is so inspiring, and that connection of love and a family is something to be treasured and to be reminded of. Physicality is really instrumental to the work, and I think also Helen is a very physical actor, so it's very important for me. Her physicality in the work is very, very important.
It's great having a chance to do a bit of dancing, but yes, it's a wonderful part of this piece to be able to do that. It's fascinating to see how states of mind, emotional states, and anxieties can be manifested through what is basically dance, and really in a kind of wonderfully visceral and tough way. It's just wonderful.
Is the composer on the work, and he's been very much part of the collaborative team right from the beginning. And then Paul Kelly and Megan Washington wrote a song for the work that features, it's almost like a little story within a story. And Damien Cooper did the lighting, Julie Renton and Dan Potcher have been doing the set, Paula Levis did the costumes. Big team working independently and then together. So it's lovely as a director to have all the elements together. It's like having the best ingredients. It's very transporting. I think that's the thing.
Yes,
it gives you a different way to view something, a different way then also as an audience member to talk about something. I think if everyone has a lot of baggage already with dementia, or they have read about it, or they have a very fixed idea in their mind about what it is, and I think with this work having lots of different elements and beautiful dancing and music, it means that you can start talking about the topic through a different way, or more accessible way.